Time, an inspirational program that captures insightful contributions of the guest personality within professional fields and politics to motivate the youth. Sound of Time also peeps into footprints of captains of industries who have made their marks in their chosen profession. Join David Ojo every Tuesday morning between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on OSBC TV channel 32, Star Times on 113, and Free TV. You can also join in our various social media platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Sound of Time, a roadmap to inspiring young professionals. All right, good morning. Welcome to your favorite program on OSBC. It's Sounds of Time, and my name is David Ojo. Yes, usually on this program, we're being captains of industries, those that have made their mark in their chosen profession. And that is why we're bringing on board someone that has made his mark in his chosen profession. Yes, he's part of this government, if I must say that. And again, he's not just an ordinary person. He's a prince. Yes, you will understand who I'm talking about by the time we start the show proper. Yes, I'm talking about Prince Niyi Olaniyan. Well, he's the special advisor to the governor on policy coordination. That is where we'll talk about that policy coordination, the policy and programs of this present government has been so wonderful, and why is it so? But we'll talk about that. This time around, we want to talk about him himself, the personality of who Prince Niyi Olaniyan is. Yes, that is my guest this wonderful morning, and I tell you, for like 25 minutes that will be on the show this wonderful morning, you will enjoy my guest. Well, it's good to have you on the show this wonderful morning.
Thank you for having me. And thank you. Good morning, viewers at home. Thank you so much for being here. And my name is Prince Olaniyan Samsudeen Oyeniyi.
I don't know why you still insist that you still put that Samsudeen. Well, it's good. It's good. It's part of your name, and it's good that you're putting it. All right, let's kickstart this program, and let's talk about you, your personality. But let's start from the scratch, and let's talk about you. How was it during your growing up days?
Well, I will thank God. Thank God I'm here. And I will also tell the viewers at home the kind of person I am from the beginning. Right from my birth, I was actually born in a day.
Wow.
I'm a prince from Dadu Folari compound in a day.
Okay.
I was born on the 4th of January 1970. By the grace of God, I'll be 55 in less than a week now.
I probably we're still coming to your home to celebrate that. It is a mark, and we need to celebrate it. But
you are welcome, my brother. You are welcome. My dad, a teacher,
wow,
is late now.
All right.
He died March this year.
Wow.
And because being a teacher, it will transfer him up and down to follow him. So I attended 2 primary schools. I attended 2 secondary schools. There, Iwo, then Oyo, then Oyo State.
Maybe I'll probably put maybe Ajala in part of your name. Come from the western part of
that is it exactly.
Of the west.
That is it exactly. So I started my primary school at practicing primary school, practicing primary school in Ede, where we have Polytechnic now.
Wow.
Yes, that was in 1975. So my dad then was teaching at Baptist College Iwo. You know, Baptist College Iwo was there that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no Baptist College now, so it's Polytechnic now, Federal Polytechnic there. So I spent just a year there. So we were moved to Iwo. So I started primary 2 in Iwo.
Okay.
Methodist primary school in Iwo.
Okay.
That was in 1976.
Mm.
So I go like that. So I finished my primary school in Iwo in 1976. So I started primary 2 in 1976 precisely. So I started the secondary school, the same Methodist, they call it United Methodist High School, Iwo. So I did from 1 there too, just a year. And my dad was transferred to Federal Government Girls College, Oyo.
Okay.
So we moved again.
Wow.
We moved again. So I started my Form 2 in Orion Grammar School, Oyo.
Oyo town.
Oyo town, in Oyo town, then Oyo State.
All right.
So I finished my secondary school there in 1986. I'm in Oyo, Orion Grammar School, Oyo. So my dad spends some years in Oyo, maybe 15 years or thereabout. So I got admitted at University of Ibadan in 1988 to read agricultural extension services.
All right.
So I was running you at that time.
Before we go into your tertiary institution, let's talk about your movements from one town to the other during your growing up days. How was it like then? Moving from Ede to Iwo, and after some years again, you moved from Iwo to Oyo town. How was it to you at that time? Was it fun, or was it something that you really enjoyed, or was it something that you like, oh, I'm going to miss my friends in Iwo, I'm going to miss my friends in Ede?
Thank you so much. From Ede, I was so young. So I must say that moving from Ede to Iwo was like a fun. I was so young that time. So I did not see it as anything. So my dad had been transferred, so we have to follow him. It was fun. But when I left Methodist, United Methodist High School, I had a lot of friends, even up till now.
Wow.
I see how many of them that we attended the secondary school together. In fact, we have a platform now.
Wow.
So I felt like not leaving them. It was a bit hard for me because I was already growing up. About 12, 30 years. I have friends a lot. They will go to our house, they will eat, I will go to their house. So I miss them at that point. But what government work. My dad was a government worker, so there was nothing we could do. So we had to move. But not that it affected my school really.
All right.
No, I might not be too brilliant at that time, but I was very dull, so I was able to cope. So, but I
was looking at it from this angle now that if you move from, let's for argument's sake, you move from Iwo to Oyo, maybe you were in Form 1 at that moment,
yes.
And you moved to Oyo. Were you in Form 1 in Oyo as well, or were you promoted as a normal promotion? Because this could be some setbacks.
Yes, you know my dad, I said, a teacher of high standard.
A disciplinary.
Yes. So he knew what it takes. Not that immediately you move, we have to move, So he allowed us to finish that stage.
Oh, fantastic.
So when I resumed in Orion Grammar School, Oyo, that time, I started in September when the school resumed. So not that it was immediately he was transferred that I now had to move with him like that. No, we have a mother that was very diligent at that time. So she could hold forth. She could do a lot. Wow. So she was really capable anyway. So we were left alone in Iwo for like a few months. Then after the school, normally you will go on vacation in July, then you resume in September.
Yeah.
So until we resumed in September. And my dad, as I told you, a teacher. So he was well informed that time. So we were able to go. Not that I started the same class. No. I was promoted. So I started. There was no delay at all.
Oh,
so there was no setback. I thank God for him. You know a teacher now.
Oh yeah.
You know all those teachers.
Most of our parents then are teachers, and we know how they take care of us.
So it was not a setback. I always tell my dad, I tell my dad a lot. So there was no setback. There was no setback, and my mom was able to hold forth. So immediately we finished the last time, the third time. He was already looking for school for us.
Wow.
So we just resumed September. So, and I started from grammar school. Then another thing, my dad and the principal of Osun Grammar School, they were classmates in UI.
Wow.
So because my dad too attended UI.
Okay.
My dad graduated in UI in 1971. So they were classmates in UI. So it was not difficult for me. So the principal then, Mr. Dio Fani, he's late now. A disciplinary too. So he accepted us Mr. Lanian, just bring the children. It was not difficult.
An easy ride then.
Yes, it was not difficult at all.
That's fantastic. All right, let's look at, you were talking about your tertiary days in school. I know it's tertiary days always full of fun and excitement. So tell us about your university days.
As I said earlier, I got admitted in University in 1988 to reach agricultural external services. From day one.
All right.
From day one, I wanted to be an agri-scientist. Because maybe I was thinking in those days, I believe that when you read agri, you'll be able to stand on your own. I up to now, I don't really like to work for people. I always like to be on my own. So, and I told him, he actually asked me.
All right.
My dad was highly educated. He had his master's degree as early as 1974.
Wow.
So he asked me, "Oh boy, what do you want to do? This and that." When I was in Form 4, I told him straight away that I wanted to be like a scientist. Yes, I wanted to be a scientist. We have farm in those days,
All right.
So the practical side of agric, I know. So theoretical side, I will go and learn that
in the school.
So I told him straight away that I wanted to be an agri scientist. Fine, and he encouraged me. He was a farmer himself, so he encouraged me. So, and he told me that he would prefer that I go to UI. You know UI people.
I don't know. I don't know that thing in all of you. If the father goes to UI, he wants his son to be there. He wants his great son to be there.
So he encouraged me when I was to fill jam form. He encouraged me to fill UI as my first choice. He believed that after UI, do we even have any other investigation?
No, don't let us go there. Don't let us go there. He actually encouraged me to change the narrative.
So he encouraged me. As God will have it, I got admitted. And I started, My dad will come. He will not inform me. He will come to UI to come and look for me. Very strange. He will leave Oyo. He will come. You know that I said he attended UI.
All right. So he knows all the nooks and crannies of UI.
He even knew some of my lecturers.
Can you imagine?
So there was no escape route for you. You understand what I mean? The result will come out. My dad will go to the board to go and check my results. And I will not know.
you don't get back home and say, okay, how was the result like? So if you mess up with telling him the exact result, he'll just show you the real result.
They know my dad as a disciplinarian in the day. Everybody knows it. That man, just leave him. You understand? So it was a bittersweet experience, you know. I entered UI at the age of 18.
Fantastic.
So I was a bit young. So when the
So don't ever tell me that you're not brilliant.
No.
That's your that time. You see a lot of people entering high institution at the age of 21, 22. For 18,
I would not say I'm brilliant, but I know I'm not a dullard.
I understand what you say. I get you.
I would not say I'm brilliant, but I know I'm not a dullard. So, as I was saying, I entered UI at tender age. So I must say here that my one-day result was not too good, because somebody that had been home under the tutelage of parents, and you entered at the age of 18, you were left alone.
Nobody to tell you to go and take that
the issue about time is this.
You saw freedom at his best.
You understand? No, there was this freedom. We'll go out, we'll go to Abu, we'll go and enjoy ourselves, we'll go as far as Mokola, Challenge, we'll go and enjoy ourselves. Some of us that have houses in Ibadan, we go to the houses. At times we will not even attend lectures. So, but you know, in our institution, they expect you to become an adult overnight.
Oh yeah.
You know, I used to have a lecturer at that time. One Professor Fanny. He was taking us on physical chemistry.
Wow.
He was I think first professor of physical chemistry in Africa.
Wow.
The man from Ijiboya. Professor Fanny. If you ask a question in class, Professor Fanny will tell you that, oh boy, this is university. I'm not a teacher. I'm a lecturer. You must have passed that stage. So don't ask me to go back. That no. Father will tell you that I'm a lecturer. I'm not a teacher. You understand? So you have to just start to behave like an adult. Overnight, it was not easy for me. But by the time I got to 200 levels by the grace of God, although I have one or two carryovers, but I was able to cope.
To adapt.
So by the time I got to 200 levels, it was, you know, as I told you earlier, I'm not a doctor anyway. So I was able to cope, and it became a small right. And with the help of my dad, because he got my result, so he was able to lecture me. This is university. You are not in secondary school again. Nobody will spoon feed you here. Your textbooks, your handout. No lecturer will start to teach you this and this, that rudiment again. It's not like somebody studying English. Do you really study English in university? You study syntax. Because it's not that the grant is going to tell you this is past tense, this is present tense. You don't use capital letter here. No, nobody will teach you all those words in university again. You must have passed through those stages. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that, but I was able to cope. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for being able to listen to my dad. So I was able to cope. Then another thing that made life difficult again in UI was the issue of accommodation.
Even at that time.
At that time, in the 80s, 88, 1980, you know, there was no accommodation. But I had to score to my 100 level. Thank God, we used to buy best space in those days.
Oh yeah.
So in my 200 levels in Melambi Hall, I started in Teda Hall.
All right.
So I was there. Then my 200 levels, I was able to buy a best space in Melambi Hall.
All right.
You know, originally, Independent Hall was allocated to me, but I did not spend a night in Independent Hall throughout my 5 years in university.
It's funny how time flies. It's just flying so fast, and I just want us to talk about your achievements so far. You said when we're having this conversation, you said at the beginning you said you don't want to work for anybody, and that is why you chose that particular course, and that is why you told your father that this is what I want to do. So how well has it been since then?
I thank God for everything. It was so difficult at the beginning. When I finished my youth service corps in 1995, I had an uncle that time, late Commander Olashupo. He was chairman Adeleke committee at the local government. So when I finished my youth service corps in Port Harcourt, he said I should come home, that I should come and be his PA that time in 1995. I was chairman. So that one gave me privilege of knowing a lot about agric, because I was an agri science like that. So I was able to relate to the agric officer or local government a lot. I learned a lot of it from one Mr. Elori.
All right.
He was able to
tell you
to give me that footing about agribusiness. He said. So by the time we finished our tenure in Ede, that was in 1997. I now spoke with my aunt, Mrs. Adisa, wife of the late General Adisa. So they have one family on Discover Farms. I told Mrs. Adisa that I wanted to go and work in Discover Farms, and she gave me the opportunity. So I was the manager of the farm for 2 years. I had that experience too. So by the time I resigned, I had to resign. That was even begging not to go. I had to resign in 1997. I told her straight away that I wanted to be on my own, not working for somebody. I've read a lot of books. You cannot be rich working for people, except we want to be stealing people's money or stealing government money. So I resigned in 1999. So I had that experience before I started. And you know where I located to? I went to Abuja.
Wow.
And I've been in Abuja with my family since 1999. I got married to her too. I've been in Abuja. I have farm in some places in Nasarawa State, in Kuje, in Abuja. Wow. So I'm an agri scientist by excellence. There is nothing in agri that I will not be able to discuss about. So I started. So that is to say that I was able to achieve my aim, and thank God for me. So far so good. No regret. Challenges in the beginning. When I entered in 1999, I was like alone. You know what I mean? But I was determined to. Then I have one advantage. I have older men that are my friends. One of the closest person to me in this state is 87-year-old.
Wow.
It might be 87 January 12.
Wow.
Some of my people that are close to me, they know him. So I start from my experience. Their experience rather. I start from their experience. They were able to talk to me. They will advise me. People of 70s. So that experience really gave me the footing.
I think we need to have a part 2 of this discussion, and that probably will be in year 2025. No doubt about it. Well, it's been a fantastic time talking with Prince Niyi Olaniyan. He is the special advisor to the governor on policy coordination, and he is a farmer par excellence. When we talk farmer, not the kind of farming, it's a mechanized farmer that has done well in the area of farming. Just like I said, we're going to have a part 2 of this edition, and probably that's going to be next year, God's willing. I want to say a big thank you once again for being part of Sands of Time this wonderful day.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful for having me. And whenever you want me to come again,
I will definitely.
I will make myself available.
We have not finished that your Nasarawa Abuja exploit, and we have not really talked about the politics even in Ede. But we'll have so many things to talk about. All right, that's how far we can go on today's edition of Sands of Time. Join me same time next week, and that next week will definitely be next year. My name is David Ojo, and I'm saying bye for now. Sound of Time, an inspirational program that captures insightful contributions of a guest personality within professional fields and politics to motivate the youth. Sound of Time also peeps into footprints of captains of industries who have made their marks in their chosen profession. Join David Ojo every Tuesday morning between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. on OSBC TV channel 32. Start times on 113 and Free TV